Hello friends, thanks for liking all the previous videos and giving feedback on what you are looking for. So today I am there with one of the not so critical but definitely good to know topic where there is no tax impact, but definitely there is a impact on how you report those elements in your VAT return. So which is when you export goods from designated zone, should be qualified to be an export or out of scope. So let's look at what transpires and how should we look at these transactions so that we can give a right treatment. I would definitely like to give thanks to a lot of participants who are giving constant feedback personally to me on the WhatsApp or even on the YouTube and LinkedIn profile also. So thank you very much for all your feedback. I'll keep incorporating as much as possible within the tools and within the resources I have to make it more effective and interactive. But definitely from your side, if you want any specific topic to be covered, do reach out to me on the LinkedIn or if you have my personal WhatsApp on that, we'll be happy to pick up those elements or those points in the next videos. Now, before we uncover the question, let's understand the definition of designated zone. Why I'm picking up this definition? Because this gives a lot of connecting points which are relevant and how we treat the transaction at a further end. So the law has clearly defined what is designated zone. I'll give a very simple snapshot. It talks a area which is anyway approved by the cabinet from a UAE perspective. However, this should be a custom suspension area. That means the place where goods are being kept and the custom duty is not yet paid, or the procedure of customs are not triggered. So let's go point by point. If you see the first point, which talks subject to strict control criteria. So these are criteria which are there for designated zone. Required to have a security procedure in place to control the movement of goods and people to and from the designated zone. That means you want to ring fence the area, what goods comes in, goes out, and people also. Why people? I'll give you some story, interesting story, which I have seen from a designated zone. Are required to have custom procedures to control the movement of goods into and out of designated zones. So that means we are putting up a custom procedures that whenever goods comes in, there should be a custom records updated. Whenever goods goes out, there should be a custom record updated and treated as being outside the territory of UAE for VAT purposes for certain supply of goods. So this is what is called as designated zone. Now, these are the one of the pointers which are there. Now, if you look at from a summary perspective, let me use a terminology. Now, when you import the goods and you have kept it under the customs suspension, that means goods are not came out. These are considered as out of scope transactions, or goods are considered as out of scope. So let me use a complete analogy which I have written. Goods under customs suspension should be treated as goods sold from designated zone and hence generally are categorized as out of scope. We'll look at example and we'll look at the scenarios also, which will transpire to. However, within the custom or within the designated zone, you can have goods which are already custom paid, or the goods have never moved into custom suspension. Now, when these cases can happen, let's say you imported goods or you purchase goods from the mainland. So if you purchase goods from mainland, these are supposed to be either custom paid items, and hence these are not at all moved to custom suspension. So if you have not moved the goods to custom suspension, we should always treat the sale which is happening from designated zone for the goods where custom duty is either paid or not moved to custom suspension as export of goods. So I'll read the whole analogy or the whole term which is used. Goods where custom duty is paid or on purchase from mainland are not moved into custom suspension, are generally not treated as sales from designated zone and should be considered as export of goods. So this is a very critical factor or a very thin line which you need to look at. Now let's look at example. So what I did, I put up three scenarios which can help you look at each scenario separately. So this is the first scenario. Let's look at any movement transfer of goods within custom bonded area which does not attract VAT in the same designated zone. So if you are transferring within the designated zone, that means, let's say I'm talking about JAVZA free zone. So if you are transferring from JAVZA one company to another JAVZA company, it will not be a vatable transaction, and hence it is considered as out of scope transaction. Subject to condition need to be looked at, custom duty is not paid. That means goods are still in the custom bonded area. So the custom bonded area is very important to look at for these transactions. Let's look at a second scenario. When I move goods from one designated zone to another designated zone, example, we are moving goods from Sharjah airport free zone to Jafza. In that case also, that is from designated zone 1 to designated zone 2. However, this should be moved under the custom suspension. In this case also, that transaction is completely out of scope transaction. So we need to adopt the principle that where out of scope transaction is happening, or where the transaction is going to be subject to VAT. Now, third thing which I'm going to talk about from a designated zone perspective, if a designated zone company invoices to mainland company, so there the point or the underlying statement is invoices to mainland company, and the mainland company invoices to mainland company B. So within mainland company, or the goods are moving from designated zone to mainland, mainland to second mainland, whereas goods remain in designated zone custom bonded warehouse. That means the physical movement of goods is not happening. If that is the case, it will not attract VAT, subject to goods are not moved out of the custom bonded warehouse. So in these cases, make sure you have the place of supplied by, supplied to, and the location of goods movement also, that is consignment from, consignment to. So if these four elements are available, then definitely these goods are classified as out of scope transaction. So be careful on those movement of goods which we're talking about. Please note what discussion we are doing right now is only on movement of goods, not on services. Now that's an interesting point. Let me frame it out and close the topic, stating that whenever you are looking at designated zone, your starting point should be customs, and that's where you should look and see how we can progress on that. So hope you like some additional points. I'm going to make a full series of designated zone in a much better and detailed way. This is just a snapshot of some of the questions which were coming up in a very recent manner. So do like if you like this video, and do subscribe so that you can keep getting additional comments, additional videos whenever it's uploaded for your view. Thank you very much. Have a great time. See you till we meet together.